Parker is a 27-year-old artist from Springfield, and she goes by the artistic name of Yaya Oshun. Today, she brings us some of her work, but not just poetry. She combines her lyrical poetry with visual art, making her a more roundabout artist. So let's welcome Ruby Parker, Yaya Oshun. Yaya, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us a little bit about, how did you get involved in art? I know you've been doing it as a child, but what sparked that motor to create?
Well, a couple of years ago, I was going through some things with family and things like that, and I needed an outlet. And I kind of went back to what I used to do when I was a kid, not knowing that as a kid that was my outlet. So I got back into art. I met up with some friends around Springfield, and they kind of just pushed me to, get creative, do what I do best, and focus on how it makes you feel. And so that's where I kind of got back into poetry and artistry, and it's just been up from there.
Yeah, and it's always important to continue to create, right? During the good times, during the bad times. Most recently, I know that you had an opportunity to participate in one of the art exhibits that I curated.
Yes.
An exhibit called Blart in Springfield. You had an
Yes.
opportunity to have a piece there. How does your creating poetry and creating visual art differentiate from each other?
So my visual art is every single piece of me. None of my pieces will ever be the same or have the same style, I like to think. So my visual art usually speaks to what I'm going through at that time, or things that I've been through and the knowledge that I want to share. My poetry, that is more so about the sides that I don't really share with people. My intellectual side, that side of me that it's like, oh, I didn't know that was there. I didn't know that was you. So that's what my poetry really speaks to.
Yeah. So, poetry always tries to evoke a certain emotion in the reader. When you write, do you have that in mind, and what is one of your techniques or ways to ensure that the message you're trying to deliver through your poetry is received by the reader in the way that you intended it?
Well, I would have to say, I think about, I know what I went through when I was going through this, or when I was feeling this way about this. What would the next person? Like, I try to be as empathetic as I can with other people in their situation, how they might take it, how it might make them feel. And so I try to and combine that with giving the readers the feeling and the emotion in the poetry.
And talking about connections, connecting with your reader, connecting with your audience, you are gifting us today a poem that you wrote called Connections, right?
Yes.
So tell us about that poem. What inspired you, and what makes this poem so special for you?
Well, I'm 27 years old. I'm single. And it's really just the past relationships that I've been through and what I look forward to now. That connection, longing for that somebody who, can understand you intellectually, can be there more than just, a night out, or, somebody that is there for all the wrong reasons. So that's what this poem is based off of, and I hope you guys like it.
Well, there you have it. Let's definitely now give a listen and connect with Yaya Oshun's Connections.
We search for a connection, more than a mere touch of affection, more than casual sex and attention. See, sapiosexual me enjoys the rendezvous of our minds when we connect intellectually. That means more than sex to me. That's us sharing our resolutions and conclusions ever so effortlessly. See, I bring out the best in you and you in me. I gave you books, you gave me perspective. I water every seed and never neglect it. Never careful of the words we speak because our words are our minds and our actions reflected. That's why you're respected. Yeah, you went deeper than I ever expected, touching me in all the right places, planting knowledge in me on a daily basis. I look into your eyes and I understand you. You don't even have to say it. A connection so rare it could never be basic. And they would never understand this. That's why they're sick. Searching in all the wrong places, lost in lust with many different faces. No amount of lust can replace this. Thank you.
Thank you, Yaya, for bringing us this beautiful gift of a poem. And I wish you the best and continued success in all of your endeavors. I believe in Yaya's talent, and that's why I really enjoy inviting her to art exhibits and inviting her to different artistic events. And it's because when you see passion in someone's art, you know that it's definitely going to connect with its audience. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for participating in Spotlight on the Arts. And up next, we're going to have an independent rap artist from Springfield, and her name is Shay Nice. Shay Nice is an amazing rapper, and I can't wait for you to hear not just her story, but her talent.